Hello and welcome back to the Tiberium Armory series, where I go through different Tiberium universe vehicles and units to get a better look at them from the bird's eye view. Today we'll be doing the Predator 6 main battle tank. The Predator 6 main battle tank is the third in a series of the venerable main battle tanks in the GDI's arsenal, taking over the position from the recently retired Titan MK2 Walker. This sleek, low-profile vehicle takes inspiration from the Abrams main battle tank of the pre-Tiberium era America, and lessons learned from GDI's titanic battles with the Brotherhood. Fitting in with the light, medium, and heavy classification scheme from earlier in GDI's history, GDI continues its medium tank legacy with the Predator, weighing in just 65 tons when fully loaded. The Predator armor is composed of composite materials, making it lighter than despite its size increase from the medium tank, which was also known as the modified Abrams. The full-body composite material, formerly thought to be too costly for use in mass-produced vehicles, is achieved through the breakdown of Tiberium, which, depending on its refining process, can be formed into many useful and rare materials, making the cost per unit lower compared to the similarly sized tanks made from less expensive metals, such as steel. Battlefields in the near future are fought in open fields and cramped urban environments, in open battles, and in ambushes. The Predator represents the high-power, heavily armored doctrine of the Global Defense Initiative. The Predator tank is armed with one 150mm cannon capable of firing conventional rounds and rocket-assisted rounds, a decided upgrade in firepower over the 105mm cannon present in the medium tank of the previous era, at the cost of fewer rounds in the magazine. Just as the medium tank, and not in shown in game, the Predator likely had an anti-personnel armament such as a remotely controlled machine gun, likely either the M240 or the M2. Some variants of the vehicle also come equipped with a side-mounted rocket pod, used to engage low-flying aircraft such as helicopters and other armored targets, though this weapon was not represented in-game, but in promotional material and official art like the piece shown above. Similarly, the tank is also likely outfitted with smoke launchers and chaff, useful in defeating potent anti-vehicle missiles that dominate the battlefields of the Third Tiberium War. Not long after the war started, a special upgrade became available and increasingly common on the battlefield: a railgun conversion for the turret. This railgun is able to put solid slug rounds downrange at speeds exceeding 3 kilometers a second. To say this is an upgrade is an understatement, as the difference in impact is between the already formidable 150mm cannon and the force produced by 5-inch naval guns at the muzzle, but contained with a surface area much smaller than a conventional round. The gun has a variable range of point blank to upwards of 200 miles, albeit with essentially 100% accuracy at the closer ranges and no real accuracy at the 200-mile mark. The speed of the bullets gives it pinpoint accuracy, allowing it to engage targets at long distances without much lead time required, turning the weapon into a veritable laser. Also, and not to be overlooked, is the fact that the smaller size of the munitions means the magazine can fit more rounds. The tank utilizes electric, generator-driven engines similar to the ones in the Mammoth Mk3 Super Heavy tank. The vehicle is emissionless, keeping in with GDI's strict controls on the environmental effect of their weapons and technology. Each tread has its own independent engine connected by cables through the joints, allowing for increased power and decreased moving parts. The maintenance of the vehicle is lowered, ultimately lowering the cost of the vehicle. Lastly, the Predator has a large sensor bank sitting at the turret of the vehicle, allowing the crew of 4 to more security within the tank. The vehicle has two variants: the common tracked variety and a special wheeled version meant for blue zone duty in areas untouched by the spread of Tiberium and the World Wars. Both versions perform well, easily allow the vehicle to exceed speeds of 60 miles an hour on hardened terrain and 30 on rough ground. The tracked variety has 4 individual tracks to displace weight, give maximum control over the motion of the vehicle, as well as speedy repair by installing various parts piecemeal in prefabricated forms, such as taking one individual track all the way off and replacing it with another through the use of vehicles built to give maintenance to these tanks. Both forms of the vehicle are aided by a high bottom clearance and a well-armored undercarriage, reducing the likelihood of death by mine. The Predator 6 is a powerful weapon of war, but is not invincible and suffers from several potential drawbacks. The first major drawback is its increased size compared to its predecessor. While maintaining a low profile, the tank is 4 feet taller than the medium tank and almost twice as wide. This presents a large target to enemies and reduces their effectiveness in urban environments. The emphasis on more and better protection on survivability bloated the vehicle, although its weight remained very low. The second vulnerability is it is vulnerable from the side to hits to its tread systems, as well-aimed shots could destroy the engine in the housing despite the armor. This risk was assessed and deemed reasonable when considered against the reduction in complexity and the repair time decreases. The third is a relatively small amount of room inside the tank for the crew, leading to dangers that the tank may crush or incapacitate the crew in the event of large warpage of the body, or when stepped on by an avatar. In conclusion, the Predator 6 main battle tank is a powerful weapon in the arsenal of GDI, in a world torn in half by conflict and ravaged by the deadly touch of Tiberium. Any general able to utilize this weapon can rest easy knowing that he has what it takes to get the job done. And there we go. Hey guys, at the end here, we have a couple of things we need to talk about really quickly. There is a size controversy on this tank. Like all of the vehicles in the CNC games, the vehicles are out of proportion to the environment when you see them in-game, leading some to speculate that the tank is actually far smaller than it is. The size that I use in this video is based on reference images and should be taken with a grain of salt, considering no official sizes have been elaborated by those devils at EA. And another note here at the end, the original tank meant for the Tiberium Wars game was the Bull tank, but that was somewhat confusingly cut and retooled into the Predator tank. The tanks were set to make a comeback in the cancelled Tiberium game, but that game was tossed before it could come out. I have, based on various renders and official art, dubbed them different versions of the same tank, although only one appears in-game. Tell me what you think about this. If it's interesting or blasphemous, I'm eager to hear your thoughts. This is Game Master Karakin logging off. I hope you have a wonderful day.